finally, for me, the thing that kind of worked in addition to all this work was um, not full blown hypnosis where I'm like unconscious or whatever, but just sort of like rewiring, you
Yeah.
know? And I still listen to that stuff all the time. It's almost like listening to incantations or something like that. And it actually works. Like if I don't listen to it for a week or so, I notice that I worry more about money. And when I listen to this stuff on a kind of a daily basis, I almost do it as like a meditative thing.
Yeah.
I don't worry about money. I don't the charge of money. So for me, there was a very big charge in money, both positively and negatively. So the act of making a lot of money almost felt like if someone did a line of cocaine or something. But the act of losing money almost felt like losing a loved one or something, right? It was these massive extremes, right? There's manic kind of extremes. And this just kind of takes that out of it. There's just not the charge around it. And there's a lot of confidence, I guess, around the ability to attract it and retain it, if that makes sense. But it took a
Yeah, it
while.
does. Couple things come to mind. One is that rewiring process is essential to growth in the being of who you are. There's different ways to do that. I think it sounds like you found a way that worked really well for you. I know it's interesting and popular right now to try psychedelics. I know you had your guest
Tommy
two up,
Rosen, yeah,
yeah, a while
he's
back.
great.
So I have done a lot of work with clients who are interested in that with reintegration. So if they're working with somebody who's doing that kind of work, then I'm someone who can help them with the long term. You know, you have the experience, but then after you want to actually integrate that new
Right,
rewiring. It's kind of
right,
like having, instead of being on the interstate, it's like you're making little bunny tracks in the snow, and we want to capture that rewiring. So when you're talking about, well, I'm listening to something, whether it's hypnosis or affirmations, you're literally rewiring your brain.
yes, yep,
Um, so that's very interesting. I think what's underneath that most people miss, which is why it's below mindset, underneath that is the being, is the script of I'm not good enough,
right,
or I effed up, or I
yep,
ruined everything, or I
totally.
can't do it right. It's this shame cycle. And I think it's true for sure in America and Western cultures, and also in Europe, that nothing's ever good enough.
Right.
So if we look for money or looks or our weight, or I don't know, what are the other things, the right car, it's never enough.
Right.